Today we're diving into one of the most dominant regular seasons in NFL history, the 1992 Dallas Cowboys. This was the year that truly launched the Cowboys dynasty of the 1990s. Under the leadership of head coach Jimmy Johnson, the Cowboys steamrolled their way to a 13-3 record, marking their best regular season since 1981. But the numbers only tell part of the story. At quarterback, Troy Aikman had his finest season yet, throwing for 3,445 yards and 23 touchdowns. His precision passing and leadership were crucial, but he wasn't alone in that backfield. The real engine of this offense was Emmitt Smith. In just his third season, Smith captured his second straight rushing title with 1,713 yards and 18 touchdowns. The man was literally unstoppable, averaging over 100 yards per game. And then there was the playmaker, Michael Irvin. Number 88 racked up 1,396 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns, establishing himself as one of the league's most dangerous deep threats. The Aikman to Irvin connection was becoming the stuff of legends. But let's not forget the guys in the trenches. The Great Wall of Dallas, featuring Eric Williams, Nate Newton, and Mark Stepnoski, gave Aikman time to throw and opened massive holes for Smith. Defensively, the Cowboys were just as impressive. The unit was led by defensive end Charles Haley, who terrorized quarterbacks with 6.5 sacks, and safety Thomas Everett, who grabbed 6 interceptions. The numbers tell the story. 409 points scored, which was second in the NFL. 243 points allowed, which was fifth in the NFL. A plus 166-point differential. An undefeated record plying at home at Texas Stadium. The divisional round of the playoffs was a dominant performance at Texas Stadium on January 10, 1993. The Dallas Cowboys defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 34-10. The Cowboys controlled the game from the start. Troy Aikman would finish the game completing 15 of 25 passes for 200 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Emmitt Smith had 114 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Michael Irvin would end up with 6 receptions for 88 yards and a touchdown. The victory marked Dallas's first playoff win since 1982 and was a stepping stone in their journey to winning Super Bowl XXVII. On January 17, 1993, the Dallas Cowboys traveled to Candlestick Park to take on the San Francisco 49ers in a highly anticipated NFC Championship showdown. This matchup pitted two of the NFL's elite teams against each other, with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. The Cowboys would defeat the 49ers 30-20. Troy Aikman would go 19 for 28 with 322 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Emmitt Smith had 23 carries for 114 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Michael Irvin had 7 receptions for 114 yards and a touchdown. Super Bowl XXVII, January 31, 1993. The Dallas Cowboys and Buffalo Bills met at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California to decide the NFL championship. This matchup pitted two of the league's premier offenses against each other, but only one team would cement their legacy. The Bills had made their third straight Super Bowl appearance, led by quarterback Jim Kelly, running back Thurman Thomas, and wide receiver Andre Reed. Meanwhile, the Cowboys were looking to cap off their dominant 1992 campaign and solidify their status as the new force in the NFL. Troy Aikman would go on to win Super Bowl MVP by going 22 for 30, throwing for 273 yards and 4 touchdowns. Emmitt Smith ran for 108 yards and a touchdown. Also, Michael Irvin had 7 receptions for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. As the final seconds ticked away, the Cowboys celebrated their first Super Bowl title since 1977. This victory marked the beginning of a dynasty, as Dallas would go on to win 2 more championships in the 1990s. Super Bowl XXVII was a watershed moment for the Cowboys organization. They had officially returned to the NFL's elite, and this young, talented team was primed for continued success in the years to come. That wraps up our look back at the Cowboys' dominant Super Bowl XXVII win over the Bills.